What if I told you a 15-second clip could turn your deadlift into someone else's viral punchline and rewrite the rules of the gym? Welcome to Unboxed Origins. I'm Howie, your resident science geek and accidental trivia sponge.
And I'm Wyatt. I ask the big questions. Sometimes philosophical, often skeptical, always curious.
Today, we're digging into how did TikTok turn gym filming into a new etiquette rule? All right, let's travel back a little. Phone cameras used to be a novelty you took to the gym just to send a sweaty mirror selfie to a friend. Then came YouTube and Instagram, and fitness shifted from private discipline to public performance. People recorded PRs, personal records, form checks, and motivational montages, often with coaches asking to document progress. Those early days were mostly intentional. You were filming yourself, or you'd signed up to be in a coach's client video. But tech kept evolving. Front-facing cameras improved, phones gained better stabilization, and short-form video platforms began giving instant cultural currency to the smallest, most shareable moments. Enter TikTok. TikTok didn't invent gym videos, but its algorithm did something radical. It rewarded brief, emotionally punchy clips that could be replicated and remixed. A perfect expression of accomplishment, a new squat PR, or a dramatic drop set could be turned into a 15-second celebratory trend. Trainers discovered that a single well-crafted clip could attract hundreds of thousands of eyeballs overnight. That reward loop encouraged more filming, not just by creators, but by bystanders. Suddenly, the person nailing a lift was both an athlete and a potential viral star, and the gym itself became a studio full of uncredited camera operators. But not everyone wants to be content. As onlookers began filming and posting strangers, the cultural calculus shifted. Clips that captured someone's failed rep, their exhausted face, or worse, an awkward moment started to circulate under hashtags like gym talk, gym fail, hashtag do you even lift. People got shamed, doxxed, or simply embarrassed. Influencers who like to flaunt their numbers helped normalize filming, but some of the footage aimed at mocking rather than celebrating. The community pushback was immediate. Gym regulars and staff began to insist on new norms. Don't film someone mid-set, crop out other people, ask for consent. And gyms themselves began posting explicit policies about photography.
Aha! Here's the twist that often gets overlooked. The etiquette didn't arise from a moral sermon or a polite sign. It emerged as a survival mechanism for social reputation. When virality can happen to anyone, at any time, people start policing the filming behavior of others, because their social futures are on the line. That's why rules like, "Don't ruin my set," catch on so fast. They're not just about privacy or manners, they're about protecting your ability to perform without being weaponized by an anonymous clip. It's less polite society, more collective risk management.
Exactly. Technological affordances amplified the problem. Vertical video, easy editing tools, in-app sounds, and Stitch's duets meant a passerby's phone could produce a narrative arc with a single tap. Set up context, add a mocking audio clip, then deliver the punchline. You've got layers, the person filming, the platform amplifying, and the audience that encourages more filming by rewarding the clip. And the cost of one viral video can be high. Reputational damage, job risk, if your employer sees something they don't like, or simply the mental toll of being laughed at in a comment thread. Another key milestone was monetization. As fitness creators began to earn sponsorships and affiliate revenue, filming in gyms turned from a personal record-keeping habit into a commercial endeavor. Influencers were incentivized to seek out content. The more dramatic or unexpected, the better. That turned public footage into product. The presence of cameras was no longer just about personal archiving. It became a way to manufacture attention. So people began to develop camera codes. Never film someone struggling without consent. Keep shots on self or willing partners, and don't pan for random faces. Even among creators, there's an understanding that consent is both ethical and better long-term for community trust.
And here's another overlooked contradiction. The very people who popularized gym filming helped create the etiquette that limits it. Influencers needed a baseline of trust so that gyms and regulars would tolerate filming. So ironically, the ones profiting from exposure also promoted restraint. I only film consenting athletes. Ask before you record. Phrases that become part of brand management. It's the market self-regulating to preserve the marketplace of attention.
That market pressure bumped straight into physical safety concerns too. If someone is filming you mid-set, you might alter your focus or try to perform differently. Both can increase injury risk. Gyms started to treat filming as a potential safety hazard. Distractions in a heavy lifting area are a big deal. Some chains began requiring permission or designating specific areas for content creation. Others made carve-outs for coaching. Smaller community gyms, CrossFit boxes for example, often rely on shared norms rather than hard rules. We vlog our workouts, but we don't post other people unless they agree. Those community norms can be surprisingly effective because social enforcement, calling someone out politely, often works faster than a written policy. Legal and privacy frameworks also began to get involved, albeit unevenly. In many jurisdictions, people can be filmed in public spaces without consent, but gyms are a gray area because they're privately owned yet public-facing. Owners can set rules about photography on their property. That ambiguity spurred both signage and cultural rules. Managers realized that an explicit no filming policy protects them from disputes. Conversely, designated content creation times or areas let creators work without upsetting regulars. The presence of designated filming areas or scheduled times in some gyms shows how etiquette and policy hybridize. Rules become infrastructure.
Aha! Another insight. The etiquette isn't just defensive, it's also creative. Because of camera awareness, people began to choreograph workouts for the screen. Cueing, aesthetic angles, preset music, and staged PR attempts translated the gym landscape into a performance economy. In other words, camera work changed what counts as impressive. The narrative around a lift, the lighting, the music, the reaction became as important as the weight. So the etiquette that asks for consent is sometimes a request to keep performance separate from personal practice. It's a bid to preserve authenticity, to have some acts belong purely to the person doing them, not their audience.
And we can't ignore the technological fixes people invented as etiquette tools. Simple cropping, background blurring, face pixelation, or only filming upward chest to toe. These are practical strategies to keep videos respectful. Apps and platforms added reporting tools to flag and remove clips that capture strangers without permission. Platforms slowly added community guidelines specific to harassment or non-consensual sharing, and some creators adopted a code. If you wouldn't tag this person on Instagram, don't post it.
So, why does this matter beyond etiquette? Because it's a template for how digital culture reshapes shared spaces. We're asking practical questions. How do we design spaces, both physical and digital, that respect private effort? How do platforms create incentives that don't turn bystanders into content fodder? How do communities agree on codes of conduct before someone gets humiliated in a viral clip? The gym example is a microcosm of a larger cultural negotiation about consent, attention, and the right to be offline.
In short, TikTok accelerated a behavior that was already simmering, filming in gyms. But the platform's speed and reach forced social norms to harden fast. The new etiquette, ask before filming, don't film mid-set, crop out bystanders, and respect spaces designated no phone, is both a moral response and a practical one. It reduces reputational risk, lowers safety issues, and keeps gym culture from becoming purely performative.
And from a philosophical angle, these norms are an attempt to reclaim some privacy in a world where showmanship is monetized. When a short video can translate sweat into social capital, not everyone wants to be a resource. So, the etiquette acts as a communal boundary. It says, this is for me and my coach. Filming is a privilege, not a given. That boundary matters because it preserves diversity of experience. Some go to gyms to perform, others to heal. Etiquette helps keep both possibilities alive.
So, what should you do if you're in a gym now? Simple checklist. Ask if anyone else is in the frame. Don't film someone mid-set. Wait until they're between reps. Keep shots focused on consenting party. If a staff member says no filming, comply. And when in doubt, err on the side of privacy. These are small habits that spare huge consequences.
And if you're a gym owner or manager, consider clear signage and designated filming areas or times. Policies that privilege consent and safety make both members and creators feel respected. It's not censorship, it's social engineering for coexistence.
That's our episode. The bottom line, TikTok didn't invent gym filming, but it turned a private practice into public currency. And that currency forced us to invent etiquette to protect performance, privacy, and safety.
The takeaway is larger than gyms. Whenever technology accelerates exposure, communities will create norms to protect their members' dignity. That's messy, iterative, and often surprising. But it's how societies adapt.
Like, subscribe, and share if you want more unboxed origins of everyday norms. After all, if a 15-second clip can change gym culture, asking who's filming might be the most important question you'll hear between reps.